Alright, we back. Goku and Teen Titans episode 5, Shadows and Secrets. And I bet this thumbnail goes viral. Let's get to it. A new Titan rises in the days following Goku's return from his outing with Wonder Woman. The Titans welcome their newest member, Terra, a blonde-haired girl with a quiet intensity and a mastery over Earth that rivals some of the team's heavy hitters. Goku had been the first to notice her raw potential during their initial training sessions, while the others marveled at her ability to reshape entire landscapes with a flick of her wrist. Goku had sensed that there was something else within her, some type of hesitation, a flicker of doubt beneath her confident exterior. "You got some serious power," he told her, after she effortlessly lifted a boulder the size of a car. "But you're holding back. Why?" Terra stiffened, her blue eyes darting away. "I just don't want to break anything." Goku grinned. "Break stuff? That's how you learn how to control. That's how you learn to control." She had smirked at that, and for a moment the tension in her shoulders was eased. But Goku wasn't blind. He saw the way her hands trembled when she thought no one was looking, the way she flinched at sudden noises. The rest of the team had taken to her quickly. Beast Boy cracked jokes to make her laugh. Cyborg offered tech support, monitoring her seismic tremors with his sensors, and Starfire showered her with Tamaranian snacks. But Goku, he slightly kept his distance. Not really out of distrust, but because something else was weighing on him. The isolation of training. Since his conversation with Diana, Goku had thrown himself back into training with a near obsessive intensity. The tower's state-of-the-art combat simulators ran non-stop, pushing him beyond his previous limits. He watched footage of holographic versions of Superman, Wonder Woman, and even himself in combat with other villains, trying to figure out ways that he can improve himself, or anything to sharpen the edge in future battles. The others noticed the change in him as well. "Yo, Goku," Cyborg called one evening, leaning against the gym doorway. "You been in here for 6 hours straight. Take a break, man." Goku, mid-push-up, didn't stop. "I'm good." Beast Boy, now a parrot, perched on Cyborg's shoulder and squat. "Dude, even Raven thinks you're overdoing it, and she meditates in the dark for fun." But Goku just grinned and kept going. The truth was, Piccolo's words had buried deep. Maybe he had gone soft. He couldn't shake the fear that he had that if he slacked off, the next threat would be the one that he couldn't handle. So he trained alone. Robin watched from the shadows, arms crossed. He noticed that this wasn't the Goku that he knew. This wasn't the Goku that he was used to. The one who laughed through battles, who rallied the team with stupid jokes and unshakable optimism. This Goku was isolating himself in preparation, and Batman needed to know. So Robin gives a secret report that night. In the dim glow of the back computer, Robin's face flickered on the screen. He relayed his findings to Batman. "Goku's behavior has shifted," he said, voice low. "He's training harder than ever, but he's pulling away from the team. It's like he's preparing for something." Batman's cowl hid his expression, but his tone was ice. Or maybe he's preparing for someone. Robin hesitated. "You think Piccolo got to him? Or worse?" Batman's fingers tapped the console. "Keep monitoring him. If it becomes a problem with the group, it's not." Robin cut in, sharper than intended. Then quieter. "But I'll keep watching." The screen went dark, leaving Robin alone with his thoughts and a gnawing guilt that he had from spying on his friend. But Robin wasn't the only one keeping tabs on Goku. Terra sat cross-legged on her bed with a communicator hidden in her palm, and Slade's voice crackled through. "Report," he demanded. This Goku character is strong," she murmured, eyes flickering to her closed door. "Stronger than the others, but he's distracted from interacting with the group because he's training like a maniac." Slade hummed, considering, interesting. "And the team? Trusting, too trusting." Her fingers dug into her knees. "They don't suspect a thing." "Good." Slade's voice was a blade wrapped in silk. "Continue your observations. When the time comes, we'll strike where it hurts most." The communicator clicked off. Terra exhaled, staring at a reflection in the window. The girl looking back at her was a stranger, a spy, a liar. But she had no choice. Slade owned her. And soon, the Titans would pay the price. The next day, the city was under siege, multiple villains attacking at once, forcing the Titans to split up. Goku had already taken down his target, which was some rogue speedster named Boat. With a single well-timed chop to the neck, he had the criminal slumped over, and Goku stretched his arms and grinned. That was too easy. He then used his sensing abilities to see if any of his crew members were in trouble, and he could sense that Terra was struggling against something. So Goku didn't even hesitate. He shot into the sky, landing moments later in the middle of a ruined street, where Terra was locked in battle with an amorphous acidic villain. Plasmus roared, his gelatinous body surging forward, melting everything in its path. Terra gritted her teeth and stomped her feet. The ground beneath Plasmus split open, forming a massive sinkhole, and the villain tumbled in, his molten form struggling to climb out. Nice move, Goku called while charging the small ki blast. Now hold him still. Terra clenched her fist and the earth shifted, pinning Plasmus in place. Goku fired his blast, just enough force to knock the monster unconscious back to his human form without vaporizing him entirely. The sludge solidified into an inert, rubbery mass around the hole, and Terra exhaled while wiping sweat from her brow. Thanks. That could have gotten real messy. Goku grinned. Nah, you had it handled. You're getting real good with... Then a sharp beat cut him off. Terra's wrist device flashed red. Her expression darkened. I gotta go, she muttered, avoiding his eyes. Tell the others I'll be back in a few hours. Before Goku could even ask questions, she was already running away, her posture stiff. He frowned. That was weird. Terra followed the coordinates to an abandoned subway tunnel deep beneath the city. The air was thick with dampness, the only light coming from flickering bulbs overhead. Slade stood, waiting, arms crossed, his single eye gleaming in the shadows beside him. Enchantress hovered, her emerald aura casting eerie reflections on the walls. You're late, Slade said coldly. Terra clenched her fist. I came as fast as I could. What do you want? Slade gestured to the ground. Start digging. She hesitated but obeyed, pressing her palms to the concrete. The earth trembled, split it open until it revealed a glowing green stone buried beneath centuries of sediment. Enchantress's eyes lit up. The emerald of coercion. Perfect. Slade took the stone, examining it. Now split it. Terra swallowed hard but did as told, using her powers to cleave the emerald into two jagged halves. Slade handed one back to her. Now's the fun part. Enchantress began chanting her magic, weaving around the stones, a dark energy pulsed between them. What is this? Terra asked, unease creeping into her voice. Slade smirked. This is your next assignment. Enchantress's spell was completed. The two emerald halves now hummed with an unnatural connection. The enchantment is simple, Slade explained, handing one half back to Terra. Whosoever holds the dominant half controls the will of the other bearer. Terra's stomach twisted. You want me to control someone? Slade's smirk widened. Not just someone. Goku. Terra's breath hitched. What? No. That's an order, Slade interrupted, voice like steel. Give him the stone. When the time comes, we'll activate the link, and then, his eyes glinted from beneath his mask, the strongest titan becomes one of ours. Terra stared at the emerald that was in her hand, her fingers trembling. She had no way out of this. Slade owned her in her mind. She had those mental shackles, and now he was about to own Goku too. Terra stepped back in the Titan's tower, the automatic door sliding shut behind her. The common room was alive with chatter. Beast Boy was mid-story, flailing his arms as he recounted their battle with Cinderblock, while Cyborg laughed and Starfire hovered nearby, nibbling on some fruit. Terra, Beast Boy cheered, shifting into a green dog and bounding over. You missed me doing the legendary wolf impression mid-fight. Cyborg rolled his eyes, more like yipping like a chihuahua. Starfire floated closer, smiling warmly. We are most pleased that you have returned safely. Terra forced a grin, scanning the room. Thanks, guys. So where's Goku? Training again. Raven muttered from the couch, not looking up from her book. He's been at it non-stop since this morning. Terra's fingers brushed against the emerald choker that was in her pocket. Good. He's distracted, she thought to herself. She joined the others, laughing at Beast Boy's terrible impressions, but her mind was elsewhere. Just a little longer, then I can act, she thought. Goku wiped sweat from his brow as he finally powered down the training simulator. The simulation faded, leaving him alone in the dimly lit room. His muscles ached, but the burn was satisfying. Still not enough. He trudged to his room, the tower silent except for a hum of cyborg systems. In sleep mode, slumping onto his bed, he exhaled deeply, staring at the ceiling. And then there was a knock-knock. Goku blinked. Huh? The door slid open slightly, revealing Terra. Hey, she said softly. Can I come in? Goku sat up, surprised. Sure. What's up? She stepped inside the door, closing behind her. I wanted to talk to you alone. Something in her tone made him pause. He didn't think that this was just some type of social call. Terra shifted on her feet, avoiding his gaze. I wanted to thank you for earlier. You didn't have to help me with Plasmus, but you did. Goku grinned. Hey, that's what teammates do. She nodded and hesitated. I also have something for you. Something that'll help with your training. Goku tilted his head. Oh, like a new technique? Better, she said, forcing a smile, but we have to go somewhere private. Can't let the others see. It's a present. Terra wanted to get Goku away from the Titans just in case so they wouldn't see her plan in action. Goku's instincts prickled. Why the secrecy? But Terra had never given him a reason to doubt her, so he said, all right, he said, standing, lead the way. The abandoned warehouse was cold. Moonlight streaming through broken windows. Dust swirled as Terra led Goku to the center of the room. Okay, Goku said, rubbing his arms. What's the big secret? Terra turned to face him, her expression unreadable. This. From her pocket, she pulled out half of a jade stone choker. Before Goku could react, she clasped it around his neck. The stone pulsed faintly. Goku touched it, confused. How's this supposed to help me train? Terra took a step back, her voice barely above a whisper. It's not for training. A shadow moved in the darkness. Slade stepped forward, holding the other half of the stone. It's for control. Goku's eyes widened as a voice stepped out. Terra lowered her head, her fists clenched at her sides. She couldn't bring herself to look at Goku, not when she knew what was about to happen. Slow, deliberate clap echoed through the warehouse. Well done, Terra, a familiar chilling voice said from the darkness. I knew you wouldn't disappoint. Slade Wilson stepped into the dim light, his orange and black armor gleaming faintly, his single visible eye locked onto Goku with cold amusement. This, Slade said, gesturing at the jade choker around Goku's neck, is going to help you train in ways you never imagined. After all, what better way to test your true strength than to go against your very own friends? Goku's expression darkened. What is this, Slade? Goku's fist tightened, his voice low and steady. You know, I was wondering when you finally crawl out of the shadows. Slade chuckled. Behind his mask, the sound devoid of warmth. You know, patience is a virtue, Goku. And now, the wait is finally over. The wait is finally over. To Goku's shock, Slade moved beside Terra, resting a gloved hand on her shoulder. You, Goku's eyes flicked between them. Realization drawing. Terra. She still wouldn't look at him. Slade's grip on her tightened slightly. She played her part beautifully. Terra's breath hitched as Slade's arm draped around her like a twisted, fatherly embrace. You've done well, he murmured, his voice sickeningly approving. Even better than I expected. Goku's shock turned to something far colder. Terra, what is this? What did he do to you? She finally met his gaze, her blue eyes filled with something between regret and resignation. I didn't have a choice, she whispered. Slade smirked. Nonsense. She had a choice. And she made the right one. Goku's patience snapped. Enough, he snarled. Tired of the manipulation, he lunged forward. And then his body locked up. A searing pain shot through his veins as his vision flooded with green light. His muscles convulsed, his limbs began moving against his will. The jade stone pulsed violently against his throat. Slade held up the other half of the emerald, its glowing mirroring Goku's choker. You see now, don't you? Slade stepped closer, his voice dripping with triumph. You're not the one that's in control of yourself anymore. Goku gritted his teeth, fighting the magic that was coursing through him, but it was no use. His body wouldn't obey his commands. Slade leaned in, his breath hot against Goku's ear through his mask. Welcome to your new role. You're one of us now. Goku's eyes burned with helpless rage as the enchantment claimed him. Right? So that's where we're going to end it on this episode 5. I actually already have episode 6 written. I just got to get the pictures ready, man. Drop a like, man. Be back soon. Gone.